Welcome back to the channel. Drew here, and I've had my Ford Lightning for almost 4 weeks now. I love this truck, but there's three things that almost nobody's telling you about electric trucks, and I need to break the bad news to you, why it may not work for you. Let's talk about it. Let's jump right in. Alright, so first off, why should you listen to me when it comes to electric trucks? First off, I've had a full EV since 2017, coming up on 5.5, 6 years now. I'm also an EV proponent. Like, I think that there's huge benefits to having electric vehicles and electric cars and even electric trucks. Now I have a Ford Lightning. I have pretty much every EV truck a reservation on order. So the Silverado EV, I have a reservation for that. The Hummer EV, I have a reservation for that. Besides a Rivian, which I was about to put a reservation in on that, and they raised the price like $12,000, $13,000, so I decided against it. But I have multiple EV trucks. I'm interested in the product. I'm excited about having the benefits of an EV car and other vehicles in a truck type platform, and so I'm a fan. However, there's a lot of bad information out there, and there's a lot of things that negatives to an EV truck that people don't talk about. We talk about the positives, we talk about how the regen, and we talk about this Ford Lightning has like 12 different 110 outlets. I also have the Pro Power Max, or whatever that is, where I can put out like 7.6 kilowatts of energy. I literally can run an electric dryer out of the back of my truck if I needed to, or eventually, run my whole house for several days if the power went out. All those things are incredible features for an EV truck. But people are not talking about the negatives and some of the things that just are not out there. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is that a big misunderstanding when it comes to electric trucks is that these are not efficient. But just to give you a little compare and contrast, this truck here, this is a standard range Ford Lightning Pro. I can go approximately 220 to 230 miles. And my Model 3, I can go 270 miles, standard range. You could say, oh, well, it's a little bit more efficient. No, it's not. It's a lot more efficient. Standard range Model 3 has a battery about the size of a 60 kilowatt size. I think it's like 62 kilowatts to be exact. The Ford Lightning here has almost, even the standard range, has almost 100 kilowatt battery. And so that makes a huge difference when it comes to the amount of energy you need to charge that thing up. And I'm realizing that just in 3 weeks, the Ford Lightning just takes a lot longer to charge than my Tesla. But the bottom line is all these electric trucks have massive batteries. They have to have a massive battery to pull a lot of weight around and to have the kind of range that you need, that people expect from a vehicle. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, these are not the cheapest vehicles to run. I saw this post on Facebook where this guy he loves his Ford Lightning, and he says, love my Ford Lightning. Unfortunately, my wife is freaking out because my electric bill has doubled. And that makes sense logistically. It should be common sense. A massive battery is going to use a massive amount of electricity. And so just like if you drive a V8 truck, is going to be cost more in gasoline than a efficient economy car, these trucks are not cheap to run. For example, electric, I charged for the first time at Electrify America, and it's charging like 44 cents a kilowatt for electricity. That's about 3 to 4 times what you're going to pay at your house if you have to charge exterior on the outside. If you do purchase an electric truck, you better make sure you have the ability to charge at your house and use your regular electricity, because if you have to charge from the outside, potentially an electric truck could cost more, depending on gas prices, right, than a similar sized gas-powered truck. And I don't think it's there yet because there are some efficiency gains with the regen and so forth. But you should not be purchasing an electric truck if your intention is to save all this money on gasoline, but you have to charge externally. Now, if you can charge at your house for 12 to 15, 16 cents a kilowatt, it should save you a lot of money, but your electric bill is definitely going to go up unless you don't drive a lot of miles at all. Okay, and number 3, people think that these electric trucks are going to hold their value like Teslas have held their value. But if you look back historically, the last 3, 4, 5 years, Teslas have held their value extremely well compared to most other vehicles, even luxury vehicles as far as that goes, especially the Model 3 and the Model Y, up until just very recently. I can tell you this, you can mark it down, more expensive electric trucks. Now, if you can get a Ford Lightning Pro like I have, I think that vehicle is going to hold its value very well, because that's what people really want, is a low-cost electric truck. But these electric trucks that are $80,000, $90,000, $100,000, Hummers and the Ford Lightning Platinums, even the Rivians at the price point that they are now, I can tell you this, they will not hold their value very well long term. It's going to be the same as any luxury vehicle, $100,000 Mercedes-Benz, that type of depreciation. And there's really a couple different reasons. One is the range on the vehicles are, for electric vehicles, always consistently get better. And so you can look historically at electric vehicles, and if that vehicle is not a Tesla, historically an EV is really depreciates substantially more than a gas-powered car, not less. And you can go back all the way to the Leafs. You can go back all the way to any other EV that you can look at. Across the board almost, fully electric EVs tend to depreciate more. And the big reason is because, as technology progresses, the EV ranges get better and better and better. And you have a battery that actually degrades over time. So the older EVs, the battery range gets worse and worse, while the new ones coming out are better and better. And so that's one of the big reasons. The second reason is that, if you compare an EV, a high-end EV truck, if you're paying $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 for an EV truck, and you compare it to one of the better depreciating luxury vehicles, is typically a V8 or a diesel truck. And put aside the morality of which is better and what's better for the environment, all that. In fact, I predict that the higher end luxury EV trucks are going to depreciate faster than even a V8 or a diesel truck, because those type of trucks are known to last substantially a long time, 10, 15, 20 years. And I don't think these high-end, EV trucks, although the batteries and stuff will still be running at that time, I don't think the range is going to be as usable, 10 years, 15 years from now compared to these other vehicles. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. If you follow my channel, I do a lot about the Toro business. And if you want to know what EV trucks are, will be good for Toro and which ones won't be, you can watch my video I did about a year ago. I think almost all the information is still accurate and still true, and you can check that out. If you're in the Baltimore, DC market and you want to try out a Ford Lightning Pro, hit me up on Toro, as far as that goes, if you DM me, I'll give you a discount. And so otherwise, thanks for tuning in and hope this is helpful.